If you've ever taken a glance upwards in the BHC gym, you've no doubt noticed an array of hanging banners. Where most schools would gloat over sports victories, PHC takes pride in its history of forensic success. So it is unsurprising that every graduate must participate in the school's annual Moot Court tournament at least once, whether they want to or not. For those who don't know, Moot Court simulates arguing a case in an appeals court. There are no witnesses or new evidence, it's arguing the law. Every fall, debate-savvy students like Ronan Wyrick dive into Moot Court for the first time. Here's Ronan to explain the details.
Hand gestures are a huge taboo. I've been told by so many people, just put your hands on the podium and don't move them at all. I was talking to someone, they said they did a practice round with Dr. Farris, and he told them that he was going to cut their hands off if they kept on doing gestures. So basically, you're trying to compare the fact pattern in today's case to fact patterns in preceding cases, and then applying those rules from those cases to show why you're right. In Moot Court, you've got 2 or 3 or 4 of these, of all kind of presiding judges, and they can all ask you questions, and it's much more kind of direct interaction with them. So it's a weird kind of balance of trying to fend off the judge's question, and then treating the judge as a friend who's trying to allow to judge for you.
Alright, Ronan explained the basics of Moot Court, but how do you get really good at it? To answer that question, we talked to someone who's personally argued in front of the Supreme Court. Here's Dr. Michael Farris.
I actually prepared for a real Supreme Court argument in this room. I argued the case of Niffle versus Becerra in 2018. And when I did that, we had, my best recollection, something in the neighborhood of 250 to 300 questions that we had on cards that I could be asked. And so over and over and over again, they'd throw the cards in the air and shuffle the order and just ask me the questions. And I had to be able to answer those questions. My philosophy of coaching Patrick Henry in Moot Court has always been, if I prepare you to actually win the U.S. Supreme Court, you're going to do okay in the college tournament.
He says that you have to have both a good argument and you have to present it in an appealing way.
It's a song, by analogy. A good song requires 2 things: a good melody and good lyrics. And if you have an uninteresting melody, your lyrics may be terrific, but who's going to listen to your song? I remember many times people going in practice rounds, and they were trying to use what I would call a fancy dancy voice. And I'd start asking them questions like, who's your favorite football team? What does your dad do for a living? And all of a sudden their voice changed. That's your real voice. Use it. Don't give me this, fake, debate voice. I want to hear your real voice. Relax. If you freak out about it, you can't talk to people. And the more you're conversational, the more you'll do well. And the ability to relax starts with proper preparation. If you prepared enough, you're going to be okay.
I'm a freshman, and so I'm currently doing both Moot Court and mock trial, but I've never done either before, so they're very new to me. I'm still learning.
As fun as some students find forensics, others are less enthusiastic. This fall's tournament winner, Ainsley Stellman, thinks forensics are important for Christians generally.
If we do have the truth and we are called to spread it and to share it with others, then we need to be able to do so in an appealing way and in a way that's articulate, and the other people are going to both understand and feel compelled to believe. We have to have both that ethos and character and the ability to convey what's true, and I think that forensics helps with both of those things. And I was reading in Augustine's On Christian Doctrine, which is a book he wrote for Christians and their use of rhetoric, and he's talking about how, why should those who speak falsehoods be the only ones who know how to persuade, whereas he who has the truth is unable to explain why that thing is true and point to the deception in his opponent's rhetoric and identify those fallacies and things that he's using. Augustine makes the point that Christians should learn to use rhetoric. Even if I weren't going to be pursuing a career that involves the hard debate skills, I think that everyone here should do that for that reason.